Since I have my roots in the tech sector, I would like to find out together with you today whether the Nintendo Switch is still worth buying in 2024. Especially with all the rumors and alleged leaks regarding the Nintendo Switch 2 or the successor of the Switch, this will certainly be an exciting thing. Let's not waste any time and look for answers right away. Have fun and welcome to the Switch Gems channel. First of all, we should get an overview of all available models so that we can sort them out in advance. The cheapest model is of course the Nintendo Switch Lite. I myself am a big fan of this model, but this is most likely due to my preference for handhelds and handheld gaming in general. The standard model is in the middle of the price range and the most expensive model is the OLED Switch released in 2021. So let's take a look at the respective models' advantages and disadvantages. The Switch Lite is a pure handheld console, so it cannot be connected to the TV. It also has no Joy-Cons, so it's primarily of interest to single players. In my opinion, the two biggest advantages are the price on the one hand and the form factor and compact size on the other. So if you are looking for a pure handheld console and can do without the actual advantages of the Switch, you should go for the Switch Lite. The standard model as we get in the store today is basically identical to the first version from 2017, but with a slightly more powerful battery. Logically, we can enjoy the full benefits of the hybrid console concept here. This means we can play both in handheld mode and on the TV. We can also play locally with several people using the Joy-Cons. Until the release of the OLED model, there was no real disadvantage here apart from the form factor in direct comparison to the Lite. In handheld mode, it is much more convenient to use the smaller and lighter Switch Lite, at least for me personally. Which brings me back to the last model, namely the OLED Switch. I can be brief here. The OLED Switch can do everything the standard model can do. It also has a much nicer screen, which makes gaming in handheld mode more interesting, and the battery life also lasts a bit longer. Personally, I would therefore discard the standard model at this point, as the price difference between the OLED Switch and the normal Switch is actually relatively small. The Switch Lite is aimed at a completely different target group and in my opinion has a right to exist. Revolutionary is a very strong word, but especially when you consider that the Nintendo Switch is already over 6 years old, it is absolutely true in my eyes. The hybrid concept appeals to both handheld fans like me and stationary console gamers alike. To date there have been few alternatives, especially from the direct competition. It was only with the Steam Deck that handhelds outside the Nintendo bubble became a little bit more attractive again, although the target group for such handheld PCs is different again in my eyes. Sony has also ventured into a kind of a handheld, at least in a distant sense, with the Portal. However, the hybrid concept remains unique. In addition, with the Switch, no accessories are required for gaming on a TV, all the necessary components are included in the scope of delivery. To make, for example, a PS5 more or less hybrid, both the console and the new Portal handheld are required. The Switch is also equipped for short multiplayer sessions thanks to the detachable Joy-Cons. I still love the concept to this day and actually make regular use of the benefits that come with it. What the Switch has been criticized for since day one is its relatively weak and outdated hardware. The backlash in this regard has of course grown louder with each passing year as current games have become more demanding and the Switch has regularly been brought to its knees as a result. Over time it has become clear that the Switch cannot be a console for hardware-hungry AAA titles and has developed into a real indie gem. Anyone who owns a Switch knows that they can't expect graphical masterpieces. For Switch players the focus is on enjoyment. It is indie titles such as Hollow Knight or Celeste and of course the fantastic exclusive titles that have helped the Switch achieve the success it has today. Of course, the successor will have to step up a notch in terms of hardware, but the Switch still handles the games that should really be played on a Switch first class. Which leads me straight to my next point. The Nintendo Switch's terrific game library. In addition to countless exclusive titles such as Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Animal Crossing New Horizons or Mario Kart 8, incredibly strong indie titles have been released on a Switch. Games like Stardew Valley, Hollow Knight, Hades, Cuphead, Dead Cells or Undertale run brilliantly on the hybrid console and are incredibly fun. My personal pile of shame has never been as massive on any console as it is on a Switch. Of course, it should also be mentioned that 11 different Pokémon games have made it to the Switch. As a Pokémon fan, you can't avoid this console. To get to the point, as a Switch owner you can save yourself from brilliant games despite the rather outdated hardware. The Nintendo Switch stands as one of the most successful consoles of all time. Since its launch in 2017, it has sold over 130 million units, placing it as the third best-selling console of all time, behind the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo DS. Those looking to acquire a Switch should budget around €300 or dollars. A more budget-friendly option can be found in the used market, of course, or by opting for the Switch Lite. However, in recent months, rumors have been circulating about a potential successor to the Nintendo Switch. These speculations often revolve around minor technical improvements, potential 4K support, and more powerful hardware, of course. Although official information from Nintendo is still pending, such rumors have certainly captured the attention of the gaming community, raising questions about the future of the Nintendo Switch. Personally, I could envision that we might expect an initial, truly significant price drop shortly before or after the release of the successor. The Switch, in my opinion, undeniably stands as one of the greatest consoles in gaming history. Its excellence isn't solely attributed to the hardware, but also to its outstanding game library. I firmly believe that the hybrid approach pioneered by the Switch should be a blueprint for all future consoles. The thought of a console lacking this versatility is now inconceivable to me. The significance of having the freedom to seamlessly transition between stationary and mobile gaming has grown immensely in my gaming experience, making it an indispensable feature that enhances the overall gaming experience. Furthermore, the Nintendo Switch's success lies in its ability to cater to a diverse audience, from casual gamers to dedicated enthusiasts. The extensive array of exclusive titles, indie games, and popular franchises ensures a captivating gaming experience for every individual. Looking ahead, as rumors swirl about a potential successor, the gaming community anticipates how Nintendo will evolve the gaming landscapes once again. Whether it involves enhancing hardware capabilities, expanding the game library, or introducing new gameplay concepts, the anticipation for the next chapter in Nintendo's console legacy is palpable. In conclusion, the Nintendo Switch not only epitomizes the pinnacle of gaming technology, but also signifies a transformative shift in how we perceive and engage with video games. Its impact extends beyond being just a console. It stands as a cultural phenomenon that has redefined the expectations of gamers worldwide. So let's get back to the question posed at the beginning. Is it still worth buying a Nintendo Switch in 2024? From my very personal perspective, acquiring a Switch remains a logical choice and will continue to be even with the advent of a successor. The game library already offers a lifetime's worth of experiences, and we have yet to reach the culmination of the console's lifecycle.